So my parents are pretty great, but also super weird. My parents are still together. They've been married for like 1,000 years since the dinosaurs were on the earth. Sorry. I always like to make fun of that. My mom yells at me because she's not that old, but I'm just like, you're older than me. When they bicker, I'm like, you guys are so cute. And they're like, can you leave? And I'm like, my dad is great, but he's also kind of awkward in social situations. He's fairly quiet, so most people think that he hates them. I feel bad, but that's just the way he is. There's actually a funny story that my sister told me that happened ages ago. She told me like 2 or 3 years ago, and I've told pretty much everyone since then because it makes me laugh. Apparently when she was younger, one time she was at school, my dad went to pick her up. She told him that she was hungry, so they were just sitting in the car, and I think they were at some park or something, I don't know. He pulled out hot dogs from his pocket. These are like the pre-cooked ones, like in the package, like just hot dogs. They were cold, and he just hands her this hot dog as if like, here's a delicious treat. And she's just like, yeah, I'm not eating that. He just looked at her as if like it was so rude that she was refusing this uncooked hot dog, which is already like disgusting. He just decided to eat them on his own, and that was it. And then they went home, and I guess she ate real food after that. I don't know. Dad's never been one to make like the best kind of food. When my dad made food, it was always shades of beige, like yellows and browns, not a touch of green. I really like my hair today. I did it in these cute little Sailor Moon buns because let's face it, I am Sailor Moon. It's sad that there are people in this world now who will not know what Sailor Moon was because she's amazing. But the power of her, like, that scepter thing, she'd have nail polish suddenly, her sailor uniform to save people from the Negaverse. If I really think about it, I would have probably been in the Negaverse because when it comes to being positive and being a negative, I'm a negative Nancy. My best friend loves to read. She got me super into Lord of the Rings. I tried reading Lord of the Rings and I was like, chapter 1. I couldn't do it. I can't. It's so lengthy. And I'm like, oh, I remember this happening in 5 minutes when I watched the movie. So I gave up. And then I watched Harry Potter, which obviously because of my age group, I am a Harry Potter baby. Back in the day when Harry Potter came out, before the movies came out, everyone was pronouncing her like Hermione or like Hermione. Okay, but if you read it, it looks like Hermione, so it's Hermione. And when you say it fast, it's just Hermione. Pretty self-explanatory, but they're like, no, it's French and it's Hermione. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's also not French, but let's go with it. Or the best one was when they're like, oh, it's Professor Snap. And I'm like, the f***? There's an E on the end, so it's Professor Snape, not Snap. Oh my god. That's how brains work. There are no excuses for you and your snaps. I grew up on Harry Potter, which is amazing because I will never be able to say that I was one of those teeny boppers that grew up on Twilight. I grew up in the age where I hated Twilight. It was garbage. And I actually read the books when there were only 3 on the shelf. Like, it was just in the crevice. My friend was like, yo, there's this book about vampires you need to read. And I looked and I was like, sure. I got like 3 chapters into the second one and I was like, no more of this. No. So I always like to tell people, I preface things with the fact that I am a great reader. I hate doing it though. I cannot sit patiently and continuously read something. I get very distracted. I'm like, oh, is that a hummingbird 3 blocks away? I can hear its wings flapping. And then I forget about the book. The children love the books. Bathroom chair.